Hi everybody, welcome to Pauly's Crochet Creations. I'm Tori, your hostess. Tonight's video is going to be about where I started for crochet to where I'm at now. What I'm wearing tonight is I'm wearing a sweater that I kind of just threw together when I first started crocheting. This is actually a Jamaican hat pattern, and I've made several of these when I've actually figured out how to do it. And all it is a granny square Jamaican hat pattern. I can't exactly remember where I got the pattern from, but I started off with one. Where's the Canadian one? No, there's the Canadian one. I started off with the actual Jamaican colors, which I totally love this hat. And it actually worked out. This is the first one I tried out. It's either the first or the third one. Anyway, I think this is the third one that I made. But I love the colors. Sorry, I'm trying to get my hair to stop arguing with me and go down. And my hair is quite long, so. But I love this hat. I love the colors, the bright popping colors. And I think I did a pretty good job on it. Like I said, I can't remember where I got the pattern. I know it was a YouTube pattern. And I did one in our Canadian colors. I figure I'd give it a shot and see what it turned out to look like. So that's the Jamaican hat pattern. This is the fluorescent color that I used for this shawl or sweater or whatever you want to call it. And it's just 4 big granny squares sewn stitched together. This is before I even knew how to do any kind of sweater. I don't have a little tail hanging out here, but that's okay because I'll figure it out later. But this is before I even knew how to attach things and just kind of playing around with things. So 4 squares sewn together to kind of make a sweater, shawl, something for the summertime when it's those chilly nights. So that's another project that I had finished. That's another Jamaican hat. I'm gonna wear this hat through this tutorial because, like I said, it's been so long since I've gone through this bin. This is the very beginning when I actually first started crocheting, and I'm actually surprised that I did such a good job. These are what I call slip stitch bags. Now, when I first started crocheting, everything was slip stitch. So this is actually a slip stitch that I did. And I did it in the Barnett blanket yarn. I love this color. And I made a buttonhole, even though I didn't know how to do it. I made a buttonhole. I just have to sew buttons on all these. I've got buttons in there. Another slip stitch bag. Just kind of playing around. And then I bought these buttons from Japan or China. They're just cute little tiny buttons that I picked up. So I've got one in each of these bags, and I've got a ton of bags here that I made. Little kids' purses. Ooh, the button's gone out of that one. It's probably in the bottom of the bag, but these are little kids' purses, and like I said, they're slip stitch bags. So that's what I did when I first started crocheting, and I first started using blanket yarn to do these. A friend of mine had asked me to do a bag up for her for work, And so I initially had done this one up for her, and this one was actually too small for her, for what she needed it for. So I actually made a bigger one, and I liked it so much that I had to make one in red for me. I don't use it anymore, but I used to use it when I first started crocheting for my needles and my hooks and stuff like that. But that's one of the bags that I made. I got a button to go with it. I ordered like $60 worth of buttons. So I've got lots of buttons for everything that I want to do. Another, like, I was making these little purses for little kids and stuff. I thought some little kid would like that, you know. They could be like mommy. 3 or 4-year-old little kid could be like mommy wearing a purse. So I thought about donating these ones for Christmas. Just never got around to sewing the buttons, and like I said, I've got button in each of these. And this is like a teddy bear button that I purchased. So, like I said, these are my slip stitch bags, and they should actually go in my finished project bags. Like, I made little change purse things. Credit card holders is what I called them. And then some more little kids or makeup bags. So these are my bags. They're not quite finished yet, and that's why I don't have them in with the finished project, because I still have to sew buttons on all of them, and I know half of the buttons I'm going to have to dig at the bottom of the bag for. So I just kind of got them shoved in here and shoved in the office until I get around to doing them. And then there was a stage where, okay, I showed you that one. I started making scarves, even though I didn't know how to do them. This is a scarf that I made, and I make my scarves long enough that, because these Canadian winters get really cold, so you'll want to have a lot of coverage there. And like I said, it's been so long since I went through this, and like I said, there's some mistakes and stuff that, but this is like when I was first learning, you know. These are my first attempts. So they may get donated, I don't know, maybe the Streets Lives or something like that. Make a hat now that I actually have an idea of how to do hats, so that'll go in there. And then, like I said, I made a purple one in the same manner. And like I said, these are just thrown together with Barnett blanket yarn. I can go in there, and I have this. This was double crochets all the way up and around. And like I said, it just kind of wraps around. Not long enough. Well, it is long enough if you put it on right. So that was another finished project. Tried to do something different. This was a shawl scarf thing that I tried to design. And I tried to make 3 different hooks so that it would be big enough for a person that has a big neck, and then small enough for somebody like me that has a small neck. This is just trying to mess about with a different type of border, just a shell border. My husband actually modeled this, and like I said, it's just corner to corner. So this is some of the stuff that I've made. This is a shawl scarf. And like I said, it's corner to corner. Just wrap it around. And you pop it up underneath. I used to wear this one a lot. Because the winters get pretty cold up here and I always have problems with bronchitis, chest infections. So that's just some of the stuff that I've made. Now this is another hat. Like I said, I'm just in the trying to figure out how to do hats, trying to get it right. But this is a hat that I made, and you can either wear this as a shawl or a shawl scarf. Some of the times I wear it as a shawl, but I love the colors of this yarn. It's loops and threads, and it's the color rainbow. I've put this on Kijiji for sale, the hat and the scarf, and nobody's interested in buying the stuff that I have on Kijiji, so basically it's mine, or it'll go as a Christmas gift or a gift or something like that. Some people may not like it, but you know what, I do. And these are some of the stuff that I first started making and creating. Like I said, I don't know how to do hats. This one's like really big, but you know, I'm a new crocheter, and you gotta just try new things, is what I say. This is a finished scarf. But I wanted to do like a little bit of scenery on the bottom here, like little appliques. When I get around to it, I put it in the finished projects because the scarf part is finished. And it was actually beginning to be the color for the Honduras flag, but the person that wanted the Honduras flag, this is the color of the Honduras flag, and he didn't want this color. He wanted a navy blue. So I had to stop doing it in this color, because this is the color of the Honduras flag, and change it over. Needless to say, I still haven't gotten that flag done yet. I will work on it one of these days. It's one of my 50-some projects that I still have to do, but haven't gotten around to doing. Now I designed this, I call it a shawl or a scarf in a bag, or a scarf hat in a bag. Now this is the bag, and I kind of messed up when I first started making this, because I made the square, but I couldn't figure out how to do the scarf. Until I watched Mikey on the Crochet Crowd, that's when I learned that you have to decrease on one side and increase on the other side if you're making a scarf. Silly me. So I ended up making 2 squares. So I sewed them together to make a bag. Now, get me wrong. I could wear it as a hat, right? Because it actually works as a hat. So I call this hat in a bag, and this is a scarf which I made, and I never really thought of putting a hat in the bag, or making a bag as a hat. So it doesn't quite go around twice. It does if you kind of squish it, but I love the colors, and yeah, like I said, that's when I first started crocheting, and I didn't know that you had to, with corner to corner, decrease on one side and increase on the other side if you're making a scarf. Or if you make a blanket and you want to buy a blanket a certain size and you're doing corner to corner, well, you make it to the size, the width that you want, And then if you want to make it long, then you decrease on one side and increase on the other until you get the length that you want, and then you decrease on both sides. Didn't know that. But you learn something new every day, right? It's like I learned something new from Chrystal on Bag O' Day Crochet. I didn't know that they actually kill silkworms in order to get silk. So that's two things that I will never ever buy, is silk and anything Angora. I won't buy, because you can't say for 100% sure that, you know, unless you really do some research and you can't say for 100% sure that an animal is not being either killed or hurt in the process of making the fiber, is what I'm trying to say. Now, that's my own opinion. Anybody else, like, I'm not going to condemn people who do buy Angora and who do buy silk. It's their preference. I prefer not to buy anything where an animal has been harmed in any way. This blanket here is a 5-point blanket, and I made this for Halloween, and it's a candy cane blanket. Like I said, I was just kind of messing about, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I haven't posted this one online. Like I said, there's a little stain, so I'm gonna wash it. I haven't posted this online, so like I said, these are just projects that I kind of whipped together. This is another baby blanket that I made, 5-point baby blanket. It turned out really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I like the feel of the yarn, is what I like. So this is another project that I had finished, and this is all my project bin from the back. Now these I made up, and these are called lapgans. They're just tiny little, they're car lapgans. I made them big enough that they cover the legs, but not too big that they're hindering in any way. So that's another throw together. Here's another baby blanket that I did. I do have pictures on my Facebook page for this. This is yarn from Hobium. It's a 4-point blanket. Now this yarn is from Hobium. I love this yarn. It's called Kartopu Lullababy. And I really, really need to order more of this yarn, along with the other colors. I did come across a website that on, I think it's Etsy, that I can actually order the Kartopu balls of yarn. I love the way the yarn feels. I love how the yarn works up. And I do a lot of my loveys in this yarn. So yeah, like I said, new crocheters, if you just keep at it, you will get as far as I've gotten. And I've only started crocheting in 2018. Like I said, I started with the slip stitch bags. I did initially, here's another blanket that I just finished. It's a 5-point baby blanket, and I think I might give this to my friend whose wife just had a baby boy. But it's the Barnett blanket yarn. The color is in the green and the blue, and I did, this is called a blueberry border, blueberry color for Caron Simply Soft. And what I did is I did my normal shells that I do, and I did my picot stitch border in the corner. So that's what I made for a baby. And like I said, my friend's wife just had a baby boy, so I might just give it to her for their baby boy. So yeah, like I said, you can come a long way in a little amount of time. I try to put my finished projects in plastic bags just to protect them, because I have 7 cats, and my cats love to get into stuff. I know I'm saying a lot and it's driving me nuts. It's like I can't do 2 things and do, you know, walk and talk at the same time. So, like I said, this is some of the projects that I've done, and this is my all-time favorite. And when I make mermaid tail blankets, this is a mermaid tail blanket. Okay, I love the colors, right? I initially made a mermaid tail blanket for a co-worker whose daughter wanted one really bad for Christmas, and that was in 2018. I told her, I said, I can't promise you anything because I'm just new to crocheting. My friend, she couldn't do it because she had several projects of her own to do. It is very warm. I love it. If I didn't want to sell it, I would actually keep it for myself. Because it's nice. I like to crochet and lay on the bed, and then I might actually do that. I might actually keep it for myself. I did a little bit differently from the pattern. I actually made the ridge border, and the ridge border I actually went into the back stitch only to get that ridged effect. So I do have to try and tweak it so that I can make like a half pint version, because some people aren't interested if they have little kids, like 4 or 5 year olds. They're not really interested in doing this. When I do my mermaid tail blankets, I like to crochet a quick small scarf, and it really doesn't matter what color, but something just small enough for a little kid to, like, I can put it around my neck, right? But it's just something for a little kid to have as a little bonus that I like to do. So yeah, like I said, these are some of the finished projects that I've done. And the reason I tell people that if you're trying out new crafts, whether it's crochet, whether it's knit, wood burning, whatever craft, making cards, whatever craft, I tell people, don't quit. At first it'll be hard to do your craft because it's a learning process, and you learn something new every day in doing crafts. I learn new things every day, especially when I watch Chrystal from Bago de Crochet. Like, I love watching her. And Chrystal, you do an awesome job. Love your videos. So I learn a lot every day. I learn something new every day, or at least try to learn something new every day. So, like I said, you can be doing stuff like this. I have designed. And I'm just going to throw this in the bag and throw this in my bin. Because like I said, these are all finished projects or somewhat finished projects. But I wanted to show you, I wanted to get on and show you exactly what you can accomplish if you set your mind to it and you don't quit. Okay? I have been creating, I don't think I have it here. No, I don't have it here. I gotta pause the video. Be right back. So I wanted to show you the hat that I just made. I just finished it up and it may be a little big. I hope it fits. Still working on how to do the hats, but I did manage to do the rib border. And this is another creation that I just finished making, and I call him the Canadian Bear. The yarn is the wool and the red yarn is the Barnett yarn. This is the white yarn is the number 5, the Barnett yarn is the number 4, but I think it's quite cute. And it's one of the loveys that I make. It's a 5-point lovey, and I think it's kind of cute. Now, the lovey that I make, I got the idea from ZRJ3. Thanks, Z. Hi. You're awesome. I would like to say my condolences for the loss of your sweet, beautiful dog. It does get easier. You'll never forget him. They'll always be in your heart. I've had losses myself, and it never gets easy. But Z, thank you for the idea for the lovey. Totally love it. The hat is made in the chunky yarn. This yarn was gifted to me from Patsy, from Patsy's Crochet. So the hat is made in the chunky yarn, and it's Aran. Probably not gonna focus or anything because that's the way it is. Sometimes it focuses and sometimes it doesn't. And then you got the earthy tweed yarn. And that's the Shetland chunky tweeds. It's a bulky number 5. You use a 6mm crochet hook, 6mm crochet hook, 6mm knitting needles. It is machine washable and lay flat to dry. It is 72% acrylic, 25% wool, and 3% viscose. Made in Turkey. And it's Yarn Inspirations, Payton's. Now, the viscose is the fleck. The little flecky things here. I love it. I think it's awesome. And personally, I think I did a good job. Now, you as a new crocheter, I know you can do this. So that's pretty much my show and tell. Like I said, I'm working on the Lovey design. And I might have to tweak it a bit because I figured out this is the 5-point Lovey. 2, 3, 4. This is the 5-point Lovey that I just finished. I haven't done a border yet, but it's made in that Burnett, or not Burnett, it's Kartopu Lulla Baby. If you want a really good yarn, number 3 yarn, this is a really good yarn. I highly recommend it. This is the one that I have been working on. Where is the stitch? Okay, this is the one that I have been working on. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7-point Lovey that I've been working on or designing. I have the calculations for an 8-point Lovey, a 9-point Lovey, a 10-point Lovey, but I think I might have to tweak those ones and decrease the amount of stitches in between the corners, because in between this corner and this corner I do 8 stitches, and then the 9th one I do the corner. I might have to only do 5 stitches in between the corners for the higher numbers, but I'm still working on it, and I will write out a pattern one of these days. I was actually making this Lovey for this Beanie Boo. So like I said, this is a 7-point Lovey. I've still got a little bit more to do because I want to bring it down to about here so it covers the bird. But I think those colors actually look good with this Lovey. Yeah, I think those colors look actually pretty good with this Lovey. So I'm going to let you guys go now, and I'm going to edit this video, load it up, and I'm going to start another video. I'm going to do the border on the Lovey that I have been working. So thank you all for watching my video. You all have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you may be. And keep on hooking. Love you all, guys. Have a great day.